if until this moment I stressed especially the relationship between your country and mine, now I want to refer strictly to the Russian Federation. And I want to ask you, which are the priorities for the foreign affairs for the Russian Federation, and also which are the biggest challenges for your country for this year?
Well, this is not an easy question to answer it very short. I'll try to be concise, but maybe we shall have a little bit, maybe we shall have another opportunity to discuss it further.
For sure, I hope
Of course. Now the world is developing quite rapidly, and there are a lot of challenges for every country of this world. And these challenges, they determine the agenda, the national agenda, the national external policy agenda for each country. Well, we think that one of the major issues, one of the major challenges in this world is to build stable system of security. When we speak about system of security, we mean equal security for all the participants. It is not easy. It is not easy to discuss it politically or to understand it intellectually. The only block approach to the issue of security means more security for a number of countries, while less security for the countries which are not in the bloc. Therefore, if we try to build equal security, we have to look at some other instruments. In this context, there was our proposal for the Treaty of European Security, and we continue to work on the ideas related to this and on the drafts we have already presented. And therefore, this is the reason why we are not agree, for example, with missiles in Europe, because this is the security issue, provides security for a number of countries. While Russia, being not in this club, is feeling that the level of our security is diminishing. And this is for further discussion, definitely. Another issue is non-proliferation. For us, this is a very important issue, and we think that proliferation of weapons and missile technologies is very dangerous. And no doubt about this priority for the Russian Federation, irrespective of what is being written, but our priority is very strict. We are for strengthening the regime of non-proliferation. This is number 2. Another challenge and priority, well, economic crisis. And economic crisis is touching every country. And our economies are so interdependent that difficulties in one part of the world immediately have a boomerang effect to another countries. And we are very much dependent upon other partners, especially in Europe. So we want to work actively within G20 in order to improve this situation and to see the effective measures to tackle the crisis. Of course, there are regional conflicts, be it Middle East, be it in Asia. We think that these are issues which needs collective answers, really collective answers based on frank and honest analysis, based on respect for the international law and principles of the United Nations, based on strengthening of the international institutions, not on weakening. And if we are clear and consistent in this, we can find solutions, be it in the Middle East, in various countries, be it the issues of non-proliferation, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Well, we know that we have much tasks to combat terrorism. We have much to do to combat trafficking in drugs and trafficking in persons. We have much to do in fighting hunger, poverty, underdevelopment, contagious diseases, and so on and so forth. Agenda is very high. Challenges are very high. The thing we need is a collective will and the will to work together.
Yes. And my last question is about Mr. Vladimir Putin. He just won very recently by a very high %. And I want to ask you, do you think that Mr. Putin will go on regarding, let's say, the foreign policy agenda, and especially with the United States, will go on in the same line with Mr. Medvedev?
Well, the foreign policy of the Russian Federation is not the ownership of a person. This is a combination of national interests, and this is, well, more or less national consensus on the issue of foreign policy. I can understand what is behind your question. I read in the newspapers, not only in Romania, but in world newspapers, in world media, that Vladimir Putin is a tough, and that there will be almost Cold War return, which is not exactly the same. You see, being frank and open doesn't mean being aggressive. Asking for equal cooperation doesn't mean imposing one point of view. Mr. Medvedev was doing the same, and our relations with the United States, they are very complicated, but they are on the positive track. Irrespective of very big differences, we have reached good results for the last couple of years, including this very important treaty, including cooperation in Afghanistan, including understanding on certain issues related to the drug trafficking. Mm-hmm. We are going to discuss other issues. Yes, we have problems, as I said already, missiles and some other issues. But this doesn't mean that we want to have a new course. The only possible course is to build bridges, to look for understanding, and to establish rules for equal dialogue of equal partners.
Your Excellency, thank you for the way that you answered so directly and so honest to all my questions. Thank you also for being my guest in our new television, and I hope that all your plans for improving the relationships between the Russian Federation and Romania will become reality very soon.
Thank you very much. As I said, I'm just a newcomer to Romania. Romania is such a big country, and while I was in Moscow, I also felt that there is a lack of knowledge of modern Romania, and my first period of being here in this country will be devoted to studying your country. And I have already noticed the goodwill of the people. I think that they will help me to go deeper and to understand your people much better. Thank you for your invitation. I hope that we can meet frequently and to discuss the issues of mutual interest.
Thank you a lot. Doamnelor și domnilor, sper că a fost o surpriză plăcută pentru dumneavoastră. Vă mulțumesc pentru atenția cu care m-ați urmărit și o să încerc să aduc în studioul nostru și alți reprezentanți ai altor state în țara noastră, mă refer aici la ambasadori, pentru a discuta chestiuni foarte importante la nivel internațional, care implică, bineînțeles, și țara noastră. Sunt Simona Serban și vă mulțumesc pentru atenție. La revedere!